This is one of the smallest cars that we've had the chance to feature here on Test Drive, and it actually has the smallest engine that we've had the chance to test drive. It's a 1.6 liter inline 4. Our spotlight today is on the all-new 2018 Kia Rio 5-door. We're going to be showing you everything about this hatchback, taking it on a drive, and going over everything you need to know if you're in the market for one of the most affordable subcompact vehicles on the market today. I'm so glad today we've got a car in blue because I'm really getting tired of all the white ones. We just lose them in all the snow that we have here in Quebec. Now we're going to be looking at some of the exterior stuff with this car. You can see here there's actually no grille really. The engine's so small you really don't need that much air coming into it. But this has a very consistent design language that Kia has been using for a lot of their vehicles now. And as we move around to the back, you'll see that it continues through there. And as we feature more models from them, you'll see that they really do have a very consistent look throughout. Now the headlight technology is a little bit older. It is projector-based halogens and halogen fog lights, but that isn't a problem. This car is meant to be a affordable choice for people who are looking to get 4 doors, or in this case 5, and be able to get back and forth to work and not have to spend too much money. So they don't offer it, which is fine because it still works, gets the job done. It's not as safe, but since they don't offer LED or xenon at all, it makes more sense just to have one set of headlights for all the cars. Now moving around the rest, this is the EX trim. It's a sport model, so it's got a little bit bigger rims. They're a little sportier than what you get on the normal car. You've got the LED turn signals in your mirrors here. And really the size of the vehicle, even though it is a subcompact, actually feels decently spacious, both when you're driving around and on the inside. It's actually not as small as we thought it would be. So I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm able to sit in it without any issues. Now moving around back, as we mentioned, their design language, we actually took a look at the Kia Rio, and it has a very similar back end here. It is different, but you can kind of see that it follows a similar design language throughout the vehicles. You do have a backup camera, and really that's about it. You know, it is a hatchback, so you have the benefit of having more space in here to store items and belongings, and it's actually a lot bigger than some of the other really subcompact vehicles we've driven. The first one that comes to mind is the Ford Fiesta. It had a very teeny tiny trunk, but this one actually bigger than some of the compact sedans that we've driven recently. So you do have more space back there. Now since this is a relatively affordable car, there aren't a whole lot of features, so we're going to be showing you kind of the inside real quick. The back seat space is pretty good. You can fit some adults back there if you need to. Our 4-year-old is able to sit back there without really too much issue. And when it comes to the rest of the interior, we really do like the layout of everything. Again, it is simple for a vehicle that costs about $22,000, so you're not expecting all the bells and whistles. But I think the thing that I like the most is that AV screen. It has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and it looks very nice. I actually really like the way that it sits just a little bit outside of the bezel of the rest of the dashboard. And I really enjoy the sound quality out of it for the vehicle price. And overall, I think it's one of the best systems that we've used. We were very happy with the Kia Optima that we featured last week. Uses the same technology, obviously doesn't have navigation at this price point, but I really like the interface, and really the car is very practical. Everything is laid out where you'd want it to be, and it's not trying to be a luxury car. It's not trying to be a premium car. It really gets you the features that you need, and especially if you live out here in Quebec, you're going to have things like a heated steering wheel and heated front seats at the absolute base model. You can get this car for about $16,000 with a heated steering wheel. There's some premium vehicles out there that we featured recently that you need to pay more, and they're $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. They don't even come with a heated steering wheel. So this, at the absolute base price, heated front seats, heated steering wheel. There's no air conditioning, but with this one that we have here, you do have air conditioning, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, and that nice 8-inch navigation screen with a backup camera. So it looks quite nice. Even though the navigation doesn't come with it, you have to go up to the tech trim, but with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, who needs it? It's better to use Google Maps anyway. I always like a vehicle that can be humble. That's exactly what this Kia Rio is. It isn't trying to be anything that it isn't. It's not trying to compete in the luxury market. It's not trying to compete in the premium market. It's just very good at being an affordable subcompact car. But it also does have some of the features that you really do hope for, especially if you live up here in Quebec where it gets pretty chilly. The heated seats, heated steering wheel are nice features. Also, automatic climate control. It's not dual zone, but it's still automatic. You can set it to a temperature and it'll keep it at that temperature for you. And everything else about it is relatively straightforward. There's nothing that's going to really surprise you when you get into it. Maybe the screen here is a nice size and looks very nice. It's not positioned in a weird way. It doesn't sit on top of the dashboard. It's in a good position. And really the rest of the car is what you would expect from a subcompact vehicle. 130 horsepower isn't going to get you too far too quick, but we're going to go from a dig here. And that's flooring it right now. Whee! You can hear that little engine rev right up to about 6,500. That's about where it ends. It doesn't do much more than that. But most people are going to be driving it at the red line. They're going to be driving it with a lighter foot, with an economical sense of mind when they're driving, because really the idea is just to take this back and forth to work, back and forth to school, to get you around, because really you can't live without a car these days. And having something that's affordable just to get the job done is becoming more and more popular for people that really don't need all the bells and whistles. In terms of ride comfort, you get what you pay for. You're not driving an S-Class here, and it's not like you're driving a rickety old Ford with 4 wheels on it. It does feel pretty good going over the bumps. It does turn very well, and the handling is pretty good. It's a small car, so it handles quite well. But again, you're not looking at a premium or luxury vehicle, so you're not going to get premium or luxury ride quality. You're going to get what you pay for, and that's not a bad thing. Again, having a humble vehicle these days is actually uncommon, since most manufacturers now are trying to push their vehicles up into segments that they don't belong in. Sometimes it works out well, and sometimes it falls flat. But with the Kia Rio, they aren't trying anything that they shouldn't be. They know what this car is marketed towards, they know who's going to buy it, and it sells incredibly well.
As far as subcompact hatchbacks go, the Kia Rio 5 EX Sport has a very competitive price with a great design and overall features. We love Kia's infotainment software, and the design of the 8-inch screen looks very nice at this price point. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are huge pluses without having to go up to the tech trim, since we prefer using our phone's map software anyway. The heated steering wheel is also a great feature for our Canadian winters, and something that we don't see on the competition,
especially on the base model.
There's not much to dislike about this car either. It's right in line with what Toyota, Honda, and Ford are offering. There is no optional enhanced safety tech though, whereas for around the same price with Honda, they offer collision mitigation, lane departure assist, and adaptive cruise control with the Fit. There's also no performance version, despite this being a sport trim, whereas the Ford Fiesta ST packs quite a bit of power for such a small car. But that's likely not a problem for Rio buyers. I think this vehicle caters to those looking for an affordable, efficient car that provides some of the important creature comforts we need in Quebec, such as heated front seats, heated steering wheel, and Android Auto. This is a charming little car, and as far as subcompacts go, it's probably the best. Thanks for watching this episode of Test Drive Spotlight on the 2018 Kia Rio 5 EX Sport. Your support helps make this show possible, so please consider giving us a thumbs up and commenting your thoughts on this episode below. Sharing on social media sites like Twitter, Facebook, or Reddit also helps us grow our audience, and with more viewers, we can do more with Test Drive. You can follow Perpetual Radio on Facebook and Twitter, or follow me directly on Twitter and Instagram as @NileLivesey to see what we're doing in the world of tech and cars. Until next time, take care.